Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach,
And I'm Mac.
and today we're going to be giving our first impressions of Raw. And actually, we already have a video out there as a first impressions of Raw, and that was by me and Pepper because we had played it one time, the old version of it.
Oh.
This is going to be first impressions of this one,
Is it
this
that much
new
different?
edition. The gameplay is the same, but kind of a newer edition, and you had not played it before.
No.
So
No.
we'll get to hear your thoughts.
I heard of it at the World Series of Board Gaming for like the first time. I was like, the game Raw, and I was like, what?
Yes.
I've never even heard of it.
Well,
I'm a bad board gamer.
it probably, by the time we got into the hobby, it was
Yeah.
no longer like the hotness, since it was, I think originally from like 1999 or something.
Wow.
Right around that time, I think it was,
Mhm.
by the great Dr. Reiner Knizia.
Ryan McKenna.
So yeah, it's an auction game where you're also kind of buying these tiles and getting various set collection. I don't know. To me, it like the set collection piece of it really makes me think of like Sushi Go Party, because they kind
I
of
agree.
score in different ways. Like some you're trying to get different types, and some you're trying to just get as many of something as possible while making sure you get, so like the flood tiles, or the Nile tiles.
Yep.
You have to at least get one flood tile each round in order to actually score those. And
Make it worth it.
yeah, just the way the scoring works on them feels very much like Sushi Go Party to me. But yeah, so it's the main mechanism is just like an auction and the
Set collection.
set collection.
Tile stuff.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I liked it quite a bit from when we first played it, just because there's a simplicity to how it works, and it's pretty fast as well. And it's one of the games that you can play at a higher player count, and
Right.
it's still pretty quick. Versus sometimes, I mean, you could probably, we only played it twice. I don't remember how long our game of it took. We played with the max player count. But I'm guessing once everyone knows how to play, you could probably play it in 60 minutes or less. Because, I mean, it's
I
going
don't
around the
even
tile
know.
pretty quick.
It
might not
didn't
even
feel
take
like it was that long.
Yeah, it might have been even shorter than that. And that was our first play, and
Yeah.
3 people hadn't played it before. So, yeah, it's a quick game. And, yeah, 25th Century brought it back recently. And I think it's relatively affordable. I think it was like on miniature market for like $35. So, I think the production value for that is pretty solid.
Yeah.
You get some very chunky wooden pieces, one of which I think might be a little over the top.
Yeah.
But
They didn't want you to
and
lose
this
it.
isn't even the. I think there's a deluxeified version that you can get. This isn't even deluxeified.
I don't know if you can like tell.
Yeah, it's a big chunky tile to call raw with if you wish to.
It's like, yeah, it's huge.
But yeah, so
I love it.
yeah, I think it was kind of a mixed game amongst the group.
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure what you thought of it. I know you don't love like bidding / auction type games, so I was like, what you're bidding for and kind of how it works, I think is hopefully like simple enough that it doesn't, like some of the games you have to really be thinking like, oh, is it worth it for me to get this? And this one, there might be a little bit of that, like knowing how to value stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe your first play, it's kind of tough to know where to value stuff. But
Right.
I think once you kind of get the flow of the game, I think it kind of works itself out. But yeah, I think this one's a lot easier than a lot of different auction games in that way. But yeah, I thought this edition did it justice. But I guess, what did you think with your first play of it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know how to say it, because it was better than some auction games I've played, and it was not as good as my favorite auction game, as like Nidavellir. And so I mean, I would say it was solid overall. I liked the point salad aspect of the tiles, so that even if you're not really wanting to bet something, but you're starting to need to get to some tiles, there's maybe an option or two in there. So I thought that was good. I felt like I didn't fully understand, like, the raw piece. I understood, like, that you had to bid when, or like bidding started when the raw happened. But like, if someone doesn't take it during the raw, then the tiles just stay out there. And I thought, well, that's odd that the tiles just stay out there. Like, I feel like they should get wiped. But, like, you just add to them and you keep going. And I'm like, because we're all gluttonous and want better tiles.
Right.
But I get it, too, to the point of, like, where sometimes it's like there's no tiles out there and you're just betting for the higher number, and which is, I think, an interesting and tasty piece to this game. But I felt like the bidding tiles were good, but also, like, hard to like, figure out, because if I have the 2, it makes sense to bid on, like, the 3 or the 4 tile out there. You know, like, to change it to, like, because you want to upgrade your tiles. Like, you don't want to downgrade them, right? So, like, you want to be taking bids either if you're desperate and the tiles are that good, or, like, if you're upgrading your tile piece. And I just felt like it would be so difficult to play the game if you had to keep constantly downgrading. But that might be a choice you make. I just felt like that split was hard. Like, in Nidavellir, you know what the cards are out there. You know what people have. Like, you can combine, yes, and get higher counts and whatever. But you're not as dependent on, you're not bidding for the coin or the whatever bid amount piece, the turtle shell. So I just thought that was interesting. Not bad, just need to figure out how to work that better. And I did okay. So
Yeah, this one's definitely one of valuing not only the tiles, but also the new bidding discs that you're going to be getting. Because, I think that's where, when you're playing it the first time, that is the hardest part, because all of a sudden you might win, like, 3 lower bidding things going into the second round, and then that totally changes the way you have to play, because now you no longer really have the hammer, so to say, to be able to win an auction.
You
for
gotta
sure.
take the garbage.
So you gotta kind of determine how you want to try to maybe either force other people to get rid of their larger numbers, or be willing to take maybe be able to upgrade a tile, or maybe get a couple tiles along with a kind of larger number. But and
I felt like my strategy would always be like, go high, go high, go high. Like, I wouldn't even be able to I'd get the low numbers. I'd be like, well, this isn't good. What am I going to do about this? So if you're someone like me, that's probably going to be difficult. But for my brother, it was like, this is great.
he had the one, and he
did
just started
lose
setting
by
off.
quite a bit, but...
That's true.
Yeah, and I probably wouldn't have done so well if I felt like I just grasped the concept a little bit faster than others at the table for that bidding piece. So
I guess how would this rank compared to Furnace?
Oh, I forgot about
That's also
Furnace.
bidding.
Oh, I love Furnace. The bidding in Furnace is good, and I don't like bidding. I'd probably say, like, Nidavellir and Furnace, and then I would say Raw.
No.
And then I'd say Tsukiji. Moonray.
Okay.
Did I forget any?
I don't remember. There might have been some others we've played, but yeah, I would say those are. I probably do still prefer Furnace and Nidavellir by quite a bit, but I think this one brings another taste to it that I also enjoy. I don't think any of the 3. I think you can own all 3, and it doesn't feel like they're the same game at all.
No.
So
No, not at all.
And I think they all bring good things, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think I like them all very much. They're very different. One is set collection, one is literally like machine or engine building, and like Nidavellir is also set collection, but in a different way. So
yeah, but I think that's. Any other thoughts on Raw?
I just really enjoy the color scheme of this game. I feel like so many games are like getting washed up and like, I mean, they're good, but they're like lots of artwork is good, but like I just felt like this one stood out for artwork and stuff.
Ian O'Toole? The
big old chunky pieces, the pretty bag, like it's very simple, but I felt like it hit the mark really, really well.
It does feel like it feels
thematic.
Look at this
pretty blue bag, and it's like rounded, and
it's pretty solid.
I don't know.
It's kind of got a different look to it that works.
Yeah.
So
I just thought it was fun.
Yeah, and I think it fits the game pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to see some of those things a little bit closer, check out our unboxing video. That should be going up alongside this one, so probably should be a link below as well, as long as Pepper puts it in there, so that you can go check that out. But otherwise, we hope to see you there. And as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.